Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Good. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out for our pet therapy and service. And then also we're incorporating this into our Fish On and Keep Calm events. So first we're going to start with a little video about Murphy. This video is done for a fundraiser for Champ Dogs at their big annual Hollywood event.
Murphy has been such a great addition to our team at Ranken Jordan. He has a formal title. He is the Chief Puppy Officer. I think that he's in charge of motivation and smiles here, and he really does help everyone, the staff, the kids, the volunteers. Murphy's a very special dog. It took us 3 years to be able to find the right dog to be here at the hospital. Not only does he have to be able to get along with 350 people, but he's even more flexible than that he has 2 masters. He reports to me and he reports to John, a rec therapist.
It was important for Ranken Jordan to have a facility dog like Murphy to really incorporate the bond between a patient and a dog.
Murphy really loves to serve. He loves to take care of people. He loves to take care of the kids. He is very happy.
I would say Murphy's greatest asset is his smile. No matter if a patient's having a bad day or something complicated going on with them, just seeing Murphy smile typically tends to brighten their day. We get smiles from ear to ear, not only from staff but also from patients that want to visit with Murphy.
We have a young patient named Courtney, and sometimes she has a hard time managing her body temperature. And she'll have tons of blankets on her. And one day I walked by with Murphy, and I got him to jump up in bed with her, and she said, "He's warmer than my blankets." And she loves it when he gets up there in bed with her, and that she has the opportunity to pet him. She just comes alive.
He brightens their day, he brightens our staff's day, but he also gets to be a dog too.
They started with Murphy when he was a puppy, and we didn't even see him for 2.5 years, and all the work that went in and all the different people that got involved, from puppy raisers to the wonderful women in the prison in Vandalia to the staff here locally, and then to go through all the procedures that we had to make sure that he would be okay here at Ranken Jordan, or he would be okay with me here at home. He's a tremendous gift to all of us. I just couldn't be more grateful to Champ Assistance Dogs to give us this opportunity to have Murphy here for the kids. He makes a tremendous difference in our day.
So animal-assisted therapy. Animal-assisted therapy is a goal-directed form of therapy in which an animal is used to elicit a specific response that aids the patient in working towards a specific goal. Animals are incorporated into OT, PT, speech, rec therapy, and the time spent with them is working with the animal is documented in the patient's chart. So a lot of the common goals for rec therapy that we work towards are providing opportunities for establishing social relationships, improve socialization, communication, and the ability to trust. So really building rapport with the patients. It's a very good icebreaker for a lot of the patients when they first get here to see the dog. Improving self-esteem and feelings of self-worth, decrease in anxiety, increase leisure awareness and participation, reducing isolation, boredom, and loneliness, improving expression of feelings, grieving, and loss issues. So a lot of times we can reminisce with the patient about their dogs or former dogs that they've had. And then also increasing appropriate social interactions and promoting pro-social behavior. So a lot of the common goals that we can work towards in PT sessions are going to be ambulation, coordination, endurance. So during these sessions, if the patient's working on ambulating, we can have Murphy walk with them. A lot of times we'll see them go further than they might have gone before, or really increase their motivation when they want to walk. The fine motor skills, the gross motor, hand strength, muscle strength. We can have the patient maybe unbuckling or buckling his collar, clipping his leash on, or brushing him. Orientation and cognition. Here we can really have the patient identify the current activity that they're working on. Range of motion, this is a big one. We've used this one with a lot of patients, whether it's playing retrieving games, playing fetch with Murphy, or brushing him. A lot of times when Murphy comes in the room, you'll see the patient visually track him from side to side. The trunk stability and balance. Here we can place Murphy at a lower level, and if the patient's maybe on the edge of the mat, we can work on them bending over and reaching in different directions. And then the desensitization and tolerating uncomfortable procedures, we can really just kind of have Murphy up on the mat while the patient's working on stretching, and he can just really provide that comfort for him. So a lot of the common goals in OT that we can work towards would be the attention span and memory. So talking about the dog, what kind of breed he is, his name, his age, his weight, those types of things. The eye contact, this is a big one, especially when giving commands. A lot of times Murphy and we're going to make good eye contact, and then you can also really relate this to human behavior and the importance of really maintaining eye contact when you're communicating with somebody. Activity, just really encouraging the patient to participate more in a variety of activities. The problem solving and sequencing, so having the patient demonstrate the ability to follow 1, 2, 3-step commands. The self-expression and the social and interpersonal skills. So having the patient participate in those regularly scheduled pet therapy visits, and then just socializing with the dog, talking to him. So how we can incorporate them into speech therapy. We can really work on the vocal clarity, expressive and receptive language. So again, giving Murphy the commands, see how he's responding to those. You can also incorporate him into the language, whether it's singing, speaking, the reading ability. We can have the patient read to Murphy, or write the handwriting so they could write a story about Murphy. So Ranken Jordan's current pet policies, we have a pet visitation policy. Everybody should have a copy of it. This one is our FERS one that we put together. So if a patient has their own personal pet and they would like to bring them up, we go ahead and refer them to a FERS staff member, and then we can provide the appropriate documentation and paperwork to the family. They have to get it checked off with their vet, and then before we can schedule a date and time to do the visit. And then the pet therapy one, this one is just for when champ dogs and support dogs come in and visit. So champ comes in on the 4th Sunday of every month, and then support dogs comes in twice a month. It's the 2nd Tuesday and then the 4th Thursday. And then service animals, this policy, it just relates to whether an inpatient has a service animal, an outpatient, volunteer, or any visitors that might have a pet. And then, so kind of our referral process, Murphy's hours. Murphy typically can work up to 2 hours a day, typically between 1 and 5 p.m. Because my hours, I work noon to 8:30. So we're really kind of working on a formalized referral system. But right now, if you know that a patient could benefit from a pet therapy visit, or we can incorporate it into the therapy sessions, shoot me an email, go ahead, or give me a Vocera call, and then we can schedule that time. And then from time to time, Lori will be here on weekends, and she can also kind of do some social visits with him. So Murphy's Law, so just please remember to use good hand hygiene before and after petting him. And then please do not pet him when he's working or unless we kind of say it's okay. So because we might be right in the middle of a session, and then if somebody comes in, it can really kind of distract from the session. Please do not give me commands. So Murphy's trained not to really listen to anybody but myself and Lori. So if people are giving him commands, he's probably not going to respond to them. And then, of course, please do not feed him. So, any questions? Yes?
For the pet visitation policy, are other pets allowed?
Other pets, as long as it is classified as like a service animal, we have not. That is a good question. I'll figure it out because I know we had a bird come in. So, but that one is specifically kind of for like their personal pet. And if it's going to provide some sort of therapeutic value, I would think that we could probably work something out. Any other questions?
How do you do some speech therapy? I thought you said the patient wanted to talk to him and give him commands, but he won't listen to anybody.
He won't listen to them, but they can work on the vocal clarity. But I'll go ahead and give the command as well. But that way, you really want to encourage the patient to get louder and louder, and then also kind of really express things clearly.
Like he won't do anything else than you say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is Murphy ever here outside work so that he's like no vest off?
So yes, there will be times when he does not have his vest on. A lot of times that's just I'm taking him out to the bathroom, or Lori will be taking him out to the bathroom, or leaving the building. From time to time, Lori will bring him down without his vest on, and she'll kind of go ahead and give the okay if it's okay to pet him, and it's just kind of up to our discretion. Any other questions?
He's about 3 years old.
He's about 3. His birthday, well, he is 3. His birthday was December 31st. He's a New Year's baby. So, if you don't have,
How was he chosen?
how was he chosen?
Yeah, how did you match him up to right?
So it was a process through Champ Dogs. They were kind of waiting. We had applied 3 years ago, and they just kind of were waiting for the right dog. So they really kind of try to gauge what kind of activities that we want him to participate in, and then once they found a good fit, we did a lot of training with him, a lot of visits. Lori met him a couple times. I met him a few times before he was chosen for our facility.
John, what kind of training did you go through?
I went through about 15 hours of training. I worked with 5 or 6 different dogs. Lori worked with about 5 or 6 different dogs, and I worked on a one-on-one basis, just learning the basic commands. Champ provided me a lot of that training. The bed or up in their wheelchairs. We can bring Murphy up. Occasionally. It just depends. A lot of times we use it just to refocus. If he gets a little distracted, we'll go ahead and refocus. I use a lot of air treats though too, just because we do have to watch his weight, and otherwise it can become difficult for him to work. So you guys are more than welcome. You can come on up and we can visit with him if you'd like.